Hi, I'm Danny, and like the rest of you, I'm a student here at WCU, but I also have two kids of my own, so education is very important to me. And I drop my kids off thinking about how excited they are to go to school and how excited I used to be to go to school when I was in elementary school. And one of my favorite parts was music class, when we'd get to play with different instruments, learn different kinds of music, and I loved it. And then I fast forward to high school, and music was only an elective, and my eagerness for school waned off at that point. It was math and science and English and just academics. Everybody's gotten so focused on testing and improving scores that other intelligences are being ignored, and kids that may even be, say, music geniuses are made to feel worthless because they can't perform well on a standardized test. But also, kids can't connect to their music education with how they experience music outside of the classroom. And music education programs are being cut, and there's not enough people speaking up about it. People are missing the benefits of music education on into high school and college, but music programs do need to change to keep up with the changing times. But we'll talk about more later. Let me tell you about research that has looked at the benefits of music education and a couple of the reasons that are cited for why music education programs are cut. Despite research, popular opinion, and legislation, music programs funding is being cut at an alarming rate. E. Glenn Schellenberg wrote an article in 2005 titled Music and Cognitive Abilities, where he showed that music lessons actually increased IQ, only by an average of 3 points, but every point counts, right? Laura Lewis Brown found tons of research indicating countless benefits to music education besides just increase in IQ, but also found that music education was beneficial to language development. It increased brain activity, improved spatial temporal skills, and even improved test scores. And she wrote this article for PBS and was retrieved on July 22nd, 2016. And with all this research, you might think it's popular opinion. But John Cradis's 2007 article, Music Education at a Tipping Point, found that 93% of Americans stated that music was vital to a well-rounded education, and 54% stated that rated music or arts education as a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 of importance. So people believe that music education is important, and many times legislation has been blamed for reasons music programs are cut. But in the No Child Left Behind Act, arts are stated as being vital to a well-rounded education. And in an extension to that, the new Every Student Succeeds Act, to be going into effect in August 2016, even states music education specifically as a program for a well-rounded education, which means that federal funds can be used to fund music programs. So that can't be really used as an excuse either. So with all this research spouting the benefits of music education, and the American people knowing the importance and legislation providing for it, why are music programs still declining? Part of it is that music education is perceived incorrectly. Administrators believe there's no way to measure a music program's effectiveness. There's no standardized tests or measurements to see the growth in the students or the program, so it can't really be shown in charts and graphs. But Kerry Washington tells the story in her article that she wrote for the Huffington Post, How to Save Our Schools, The Arts and Music Are No Fairy Tale, in 2014, of a story about how a turnaround arts program has increased school attendance and lowered dropout rates in many low-performing schools. So if we measured more of attendance and dropout rates in regards to our music programs, that's where the numbers lie, because kids will be more excited to go to school. They'll have something to look forward to. John Cradis's 2007 article, again, Music Education at a Tipping Point, really hit the hammer on the head as to why music programs are really failing. And it's that music education needs to adapt. The way it's been taught hasn't changed in a long time, but yet the way people experience music has changed. They used to have to go to the opera or the orchestra. Now, in the days of MP3 players and iPods, music has become more of an individual experience. So music educators need to take a note from their history educators and find a way to integrate tradition with the future of where music education is going. So now that we know there is a way to show administrators how well a music program is working and a way to improve music education, let's look at what the future holds. The future of music education could go one of two ways. If it's not changed, administrators will continue to cut funding to programs, kids will continue to lose interest in music programs, it'll end up going the way of Latin education, where it's just decided it's just not needed anymore. But if we do change the way we look at music education, music will become a focus again in education, and kids will be excited to go to school. Administrators will have no choice but to see the benefits, and parents will see a difference in their kids' excitement level as well as their overall academic success. So to wrap it up, music is in jeopardy despite research showing multiple benefits, people agreeing to the importance of music education, and legislation encouraging art as part of a well-rounded education. But if we change the way we teach and measure music education, it'll improve kids' eagerness to go to school, which will improve overall academic success school-wide. So by changing the way music is taught, we won't need campaigns like VH1's Save the Music Foundation. The evidence of the benefits will reveal themselves to everyone. So encourage your local school administrators to take a more innovative approach to music education and continue it on to secondary and post-secondary education as well. Thank you and have a great summer.